Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Zerabiah coming at you from the Chicago camp with a quick lesson. I titled this lesson, China's New Weapon. So I got this, I was watching a clip when it was showing, how China's new weapon that they have and how effective it could be, if America ever came across them, or ever, went up against them. And you think about it, it was at one time when all of these countries, including, all these countries with America, they were allies. They were actually friends. A lot of these countries, America made rich. But because of their nature and because of their unrighteous dealings, these countries are now puffing their chests up against them. There used to be a time when they were afraid, but they're not afraid anymore. Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has put the spirit on them to not be afraid, because the end time, the prophecies have got to be fulfilled. So I want to go to a quick scripture before I play this. I want to go to Sirach chapter 10, start at verse 7. It says, the pride is hateful before Yahweh and man. And by both does one commit iniquity. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So this is what's going to happen. This great kingdom of America is going to fall, because of their unrighteous dealings, because of their bad practices, because of their greed. All these other countries are tired of it. And they're banding together to, under each other to take this country out. And the Lord's putting the spirit on them because the prophecies are going to be fulfilled. Whether anyone like it or not, the Lord's going to fulfill his word. I'm going, let me go one more script. I want to show you that these countries they're getting together. Let's go to Obadiah verse 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? It says, all the men of that confederacy who have brought thee even to the border, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that ate the bread have laid a wound under thee. So these men that were in agreement with America have laid a trap for America. And that's what these weapons are, It says that laid a wound under thee, and there's no understanding in them. So these other countries are not scared of America anymore, and they're puffing their chests up against them, and they're at the point now that they're going to take this country out. That's what's ultimately going to happen. There will be blood. There will be blood against America. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. Check this out.
China unveils its monstrous non-lethal weapon. China doesn't need missiles to win a war. It just needs to shut you down, literally. With its new graphite bomb, it can black out an entire country in seconds without destroying a single wall. This device doesn't kill, doesn't explode, but it paralyzes. How? When activated, it releases dozens of capsules filled with microscopic carbon fibers into the air. These filaments fall onto power grids, tangle inside transformers, and trigger massive short circuits. Within minutes, hospitals go dark, military bases shut down, communications die, trains stop, and chaos begins. It's a silent, invisible weapon, yet lethal to any modern system. China developed it as a response to 21st century warfare, battles without bullets, where controlling electricity means controlling power. This isn't about bombs flattening cities anymore, but about tools that disconnect entire civilizations. And here's the most chilling part. No one's ready. There's no defense against something you can't see, can't hear, and that leaves no physical destruction. It just turns everything off. Are we ready for a war where darkness is the first shot fired? China unveils its...
Wow, that's something else, man. This man's technology, that that's just straight wickedness. But all these heathens are showing who they are. That's according to the scriptures. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he that now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So this man has got to be taken out of the way. He's not going to let up at all. It says, then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord should consume with the spirit of his mouth, that's through the prophets, and should destroy with the brightness of his coming when he comes with those chariots. Verse 9, listen to this. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all powers, signs, and lying wonders. That's ultimately Esau, but these heathens are they've been given power too, because they're going to take, they're going to band together, the BRICS nation, and destroy Babylon, aka America. That's what's coming. And they know that they're on a time limit. They don't have much time, and that's why these weapons that they have, they're not only making them, but they're showing off. They're beating their chests, letting you know, hey, look, we're ready. If you come at us, we're ready for you. Let me go to another quick scripture. I want to go to Revelations chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So the spirit Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua put on these other countries, they know that this war of war, the great war, is coming. So they had that spirit that they're getting themselves prepared, and they're beating their plowshares to swords. They're getting ready for this big battle because the Lord put the spirit on them, and a lot of their technology, in their mind, the Lord put that perversion where they think that they're going to be able to stop anything. Both sides do. Esau, as well as these other heathen nations. When Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to come and destroy everything, and he's going to take his kingdom back. It's going to be ruled in righteousness. Let's go to Isaiah 47, verse 10. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. So that's what that's the spirit of these heathen nations and Esau. That both sides think that it's just what they want and nobody else. So they feel like that once they destroy the other side, then they'll have the earth to themselves. When ultimately we know through the prophecies that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to come. Yahushua is going to be the next king of this earth. So I'm going to give all praises and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Double honors go to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the whole elect. Shalom.